How much is my one-bedroom apartment that's 40 square meters in one of the most affluent and prestigious neighborhoods in Metro Manila, in BGC, in the heart of Uptown, costing me? Well, I'm going to be answering that in today's video. If you're new to the channel, I recently moved into One Uptown, which is this building on the left. My unit is 30 floors up, so I get the view of One Uptown Mall and pretty much the entire skyline of BGC, and also the lake, the biggest lake over there in the distance. It's really wonderful during sunset and during sunrise. In yesterday's video, I showed you a Christmas tree going up inside the Uptown Mall, but they've also started working on another tree today, which is going up on the outside, right next to the water fountains. And so I'm actually going to have a view of this Christmas tree from my condominium, and it's going to look stellar when it's done up. I think it's almost the same height as the one inside. And it looks like there has been some update to the one inside, because there's actually Christmas decorations on it now, whereas before there wasn't any. I'm now going to go inside my condo unit and go up to one of the sky lounges and tell you a little bit more about the prices here in BGC. By the way, the zebra crossing I just noticed yesterday is actually a piano. Can you see the keys? Yes. And it's the only zebra crossing with the piano keys out of the 4 that are along here. I want to tell you about how much I was paying before I moved into this unit here at One Uptown. I was staying in a small local barangay called Pitogo, which is, I believe, just northwest of BGC. It literally lies on the outskirts. And it took me about 5 to 7 minutes to actually walk into BGC. And the accommodation was a guest house where I was paying anywhere between 1,300 pesos to 1,500 pesos per night. And when I took into account how much I would be paying over a month, it worked out to about 39,000 pesos. And the room in which I was staying in was about 19 square meters. And to pay that much for such a small room without your own sort of kitchen, washing machine, stove, I was sure I could find something in BGC where I didn't have to walk from the local barangay into BGC. So that's what I did. I started searching. And the first place I started off was with Airbnb. All the condos I could find on Airbnb were towards McKinley Hill and the Venice Grand Canal Mall, which is relatively far from the Bonifacio High Street. I think it would take about 15 to 20 minutes to walk. I was ideally looking for something a little bit more local. I wanted something such that when I pop down from my unit, I'm in BGC right away and I don't have to do any sort of commute in between. Now, I tried to reach out to these Airbnb hosts for a monthly rate, because if you reach out to them, you will get a discounted rate in comparison to the daily rate. And I reached out to a number of Airbnb hosts, and the cheapest I could find was 50,000 pesos a month. 50,000 pesos a month works out to be just under 1,000 USD, somewhere between 800 and 900 USD. I tried to get that price down, but the lowest they would go to was 45,000 pesos, and that's excluding association fees. So association fees is kind of like the building maintenance fees, etc., which costs in the region between 4,000 to 5,000 pesos. And those prices were for units that were in the area of McKinley Hill. They weren't even in BGC, so something more locally or more central will cost more. The average condo price in the area of BGC is starting from 40,000 up. Now, the condominium unit which I'm paying for is lower than that. Now, the reason why it's lower is, although it is furnished, the furniture is to a very basic level. I believe the furniture package is the furniture that was offered by the developer when they built the condominium unit. It's the furniture from the developer. And so depending on how nicely you want your unit to be furnished will actually determine how much the monthly rate. And because mine is at a very basic level, it's lower than 40,000 pesos. And that's excluding association fees. So there is another 4,000 pesos which I need to pay a month to the developer for maintenance, etc. blah blah blah. And I'm pretty happy with what I got and where I am and which way my unit is facing. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better view. I'm literally facing down onto One Uptown Mall. I'm 30 plus floors high in the sky. My air conditioning units work. It's a nice modern building. It's got a very long kitchen. The shower's good. The water pressure is nice. I'm really, really comfortable and I love it. Now, for a similar unit of 40 square meters, 1 bedroom, furnished to a very high spec, the monthly rental rate is 50,000 pesos. And so what I'm planning to do with the money in which I save is I'm going to invest some of that into making my unit look a lot prettier and more presentable. I'm going to invest in buying a nice geometric black and white carpet, maybe a few flowers, some sort of shelves to add details to the walls, maybe a few paintings, and honestly, with minimal touches, I can make that place look amazing. But I actually plan to visit Landers, which is actually right next to my unit, which I want to film, and to IKEA, which is the world's biggest IKEA, to possibly have a look at some more furniture. I'm trying to go for like a wooden minimalistic finish because the floor of my living space is part wood. The sliding divider is also made from wood, and so is the wardrobe, along with the coffee table in which I have. And so I think keeping with that wooden theme and like the white walls, and then having like a black and white carpet with a few black lamps and objects positioned around the unit, I think it would be a very good contrast. And I think at this point, prices are still relatively low, but I'm sure they're gonna ramp up in a couple months, maybe to a year's time, back to what they were before, or even higher. So if you're thinking about moving to the Philippines or staying here for a short period, maybe between 6 months to a year, definitely get in now rather than later because prices are still low. Now, anyone that tells you that they can find a cheaper unit in BGC will probably be not of the same size or the same spec as the one I'm currently living on uptown. I think there are lower spec buildings and units in the area, such as the Avida Tower, which is right next door to where we are. I think that's it right there, actually. You see, that's an Avida Tower just there. I think all Avida Towers feature this sort of brown and beige exterior color, but the units are a lot smaller. You don't have floor to ceiling windows, the kitchen is not as big. And so if you're really after super cheap and you just want to be in BGC, you can find cheaper priced units. And so I'm going to show you one of the units that I think is still currently available in one of the Avida Towers here in BGC, and another unit which is in one uptown going for about 50,000 pesos, but spec'd to a really high standard. But to do that, I need to go back to my computer to show you the images. Now, I didn't mention the amenities that one uptown has. I showed you the basketball court in yesterday's video where I was shooting a few hoops. It also has a gym, a swimming pool, and a yoga area / dance studio. Okay, I've got my laptop here. Time to show you the units that are available here in BGC at this moment in time. So the first unit which I want to show you is a luxurious unit here in one uptown. It's exactly the same, I think, as this 1 bedroom, 40 square meters in size, but it's been spec'd to a very high standard. By the way, what the hell? Hello, ma'am?
Hello.
Hello, sir?
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Do you expected a visitor to fix your curtain?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, send them up. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it looks like I've got some visitors who are coming to replace these curtains that I've got here, as they're a little bit short. The curtains that are going to go up are these ones here. Yes, I think they're blackout curtains, which is nice. And I love the beige color. Look, it's so nice. It's really going to complement the walls, the wooden finish of the floor, the divider, and the wardrobe along with the table. I swear, I can't wait to smack down a black and white carpet on this floor. It's going to look glam. I can't believe I've got the view of the mountain ranges over there in the background. I've got the city view and also Laguna de Bay, which is a lake. Look at this. Floor to ceiling windows. I think this is about 3 meters tall. Oh my god, it even goes past this wall here. Look, it goes all the way up there. So the windows are about 3 meters high. Hey, hello sir. Come in, sir. Okay, so the workers have actually just gone to collect the component from downstairs, which they forgot So they've installed one of the curtain rail racks, but they've still got the other one to install. Anyway, while they've gone to collect their component, I'm going to quickly show you the 2 units that are still available for rent. The first one, as I mentioned, in One Uptown. So this is it here. That's the living space there. You can see the furniture is a lot more modern and contemporary and a higher spec. It looks really nice, almost similar color theme there. They've got a rug, a nice little coffee table, a stool to sit on, a nice sofa, table that sits 4 people. There's the washer and the dryer, which I also have. There's the bathroom, a shower. They've got an integrated desk that makes use of the slightly more recessed wall than mine. Mine doesn't really have that space, but I think it's slightly wider than the one in the picture. There's a bed with a few beautiful curtains, the kitchen, the living space again with a nice mounted flat screen TV. And yeah, that's all the photos I've got to show you for the 50,000 peso here in One Uptown, which is a 1-bedroom as well, around about 40 square meters. Now, another unit that I want to show you is priced at 35,000 per month in Avida Towers. I think it's called Avida Turf. And this is the living space. As you can see, the window's a lot smaller. The air conditioning unit is a window type, not the split. This is also a 1-bedroom unit. I'm not sure exactly what the size is, but the layout in this Avida Tower is that the 1-bedroom is actually segregated. It doesn't utilize this sort of divider. It's an actual 1-bedroom rather than a studio. There's a bathroom with some brown tiles. The bedroom is pretty big. And again, another window in the corner there with an air conditioning unit right next to it. And that's going for 35,000 pesos a month. The back. Very good, thank you. Okay, Salama, thank you very much. Okay, and there we have it, folks. The blackout blinds have now been fitted very nicely. I no longer need to close this divider here to block out the sun when I'm sleeping. Oh, it's brilliant. And it goes all the way down to the floor. Took them quite a while. Oh, it's just so good, look at it. And also I can tuck this right here if I want to get in some light. They did have to install the blind rack on there and pierce some holes. And so there is a little bit of debris on the floor, which I'm actually going to clear up. I guess this is a great opportunity for me to show you my fancy new one. Folks, I've cleaned up the floor, the blinds have been installed, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap up today's video here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like today's video, and share it with friends and family. And now we'll see you in the next video here on the channel. Many thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye for now.